Hi, this is Bill, and I'm going to try to make a really nice IPA. Bought my homebrew stuff north of here, and at a place in Arlington. And what I want to do was show you my steps to see if maybe you want to make the same brew. So I was struggling trying to, since I didn't have muslin at home and I didn't want to go all the way to the beer store, I cut my wife's strainers, which I'm showing you here are strainers like what they use in cooking. I thought that might be perfect, and I fashioned some wire holders for the strainers. So I'll close these up and then use those for my steeping of these grains that I bought, and put that in my wort. So I'll show you that in a second. So one more thing, I poured my grains into these strainers, but there's a lot of grain in these strainers, and I'm afraid that a lot of the stuff might pour out the top. So what I've done is I've cut a couple of handkerchiefs, old handkerchiefs that were clean, of course, and I'm going to put these on top. I got to cut that one. So I'm going to put another one just like this on top of the other strainer, as you can see, so the grains won't come up the top. I just want the minimum amount of grains to get into the wort, so I don't have to worry about cleaning up that mess later. So that's what's going on there. So I got my water for my wort boiling outside of the barbecue. I'll show you that in just a second. What I'm doing here, while the water is getting heated up, I'm pitching my yeast in a bowl with some warm water, just to get the yeast activated. Like that. So I got that going, and next looking at the dry yeast package here, it's Safali US dry ale yeast, and it says dosage 11.5 grams. Sprinkle into wort. Let's do wort. And so that's it there. That's what I'm going to do as far as
okay. As you can see, I have I'm trying to stage and prep while my water is getting heated up out there for my wort. I have 2 buckets here. Don't ask me why I have 2, because I'm not a professional. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put my ice right now out of my freezer into my bucket, and I have some water in there, clean, fresh water, and I'm going to use that to cool down my wort. That's going to be full of ice. That's right, my ice bucket. That's what it is, and my other bucket's going to be ready with clean, fresh water. Depending on how much ice I feel I need, I'll pull out of this bucket and put it into this one. And that's my really haphazard try at cooling down the wort. Very non-professional, but let's see what happens. So my strainer that I wanted to use, that I borrowed from the wife, you can only put so much grains in there, so I'm not able to use all the grains that I want. So, of course, a considerable amount of grains is going to be left in the bag. Here's what I was up against. Put a handkerchief on there to try to keep, all the grains together, but then it's a problem trying to close these kind of strainers. A bigger one would be perfect. So I'm having to dump a lot of the grain out of here, steeping, so I can make more of them. Just kind of moving that around in there, trying to stir it up. Water level looks a little bit too low. I'm going to add a little bit more water. So I put a little bit more water in, and going on about 5 minutes. Oh, great. One of my strainer things just broke off. All kinds of nice little surprises happen if you're not better prepared. These strainer things would be great if they just covered up all the grain. So now I have to be really careful as far as trying to steer the grain. Well, this one's not so bad, but I wanted to try to get it to you know, to use all the grain in there to make my to do the steeping process, so I can get all the proteins into the wort. So I'm just kind of screwed with this one. Can't really do much with it. And then I have to carefully take that out. I'm gonna have to get some tongs, I guess, and try to pull that one out. Going on about 5 minutes. The steeping's supposed to be 15 minutes. So another 10 minutes I'll be done. So I'm still working on my steeping. I got about 5 minutes to go, and what I'm going to try to do now is try to see if I can get you know, the water moving around through the grains to get as much flavor into the water as I can. I was really surprised that that wire busted off, but I don't think I tied it very good on that one there. This one's working okay, but you just got to be careful, otherwise it might tip over. Ironically, on my wife's, on the dryer, I found a bag that my wife uses. I'll show it to you. And it's probably going to be perfect for doing this kind of stuff, as far as, you know, not having to buy a muslin bag. It's this nylon bag that she uses to put her fragile type of items when she washes. And this nylon bag, provided it doesn't burn, would be great for a muslin bag. So I'm going to keep my eye out next time I go to the store, try to see if I can pick up something like that, so I don't have to keep buying those muslin bags. I mean, they're not that expensive, but still, if I don't have to buy it, I don't have to buy it. And I got about, like I said, 5-10 minutes to go on this steeping process here. Actually, about 7. So here I am outside. Just wanted to show you I'm cooking on my barbecue unit at home. Got about 3 burners on, and I'm about 40 minutes into my boiling of my wort. I'm using Centennial hops and also some Chinook hops. Centennial on here, it says 10 minutes from the end, so in about another 10 minutes I'll add those hops, and I've already added the Chinook hops with my dry malt, Bryce dry malt, and also got just a basic can of Cooper's Mexican Cerveza. I didn't think that it was going to make that big of a deal if I was making an IPA to, add hops to a Mexican Cerveza. I mean, you know, should work. So here I am, trying to keep my malt from caramelizing. The hops are kind of coming up to the top, and I have a staged bucket of ice water in the other room, my garage, just waiting for me. So I'm just going to finish this process up here and pour that into my fermenter. Sorry I started without you. The wort was boiling for about half an hour, and I poured it into a strainer. It's going into the bucket, putting it a little bit at a time, so of course I don't wasting my precious work. And the strainer in there, I don't know if it's getting plugged or not. Maybe if I stir it around a little bit to help get some of the sediment off of the bottom. But I can hear it going a little bit better. Kind of fogging up the camera there. This is going too slow though. I might have to just pour the rest of this in there to make it work. Can't do it with one hand, so I have to get this in there. All right, and I'll catch up to you. Okay, so I shook the hell out of it and took the lid back off. And one of the things I want to show you is, well, I'll get to that in a second. I forgot to take a gravity reading, so I'll take the gravity reading right now, and with my hydrometer, and we'll drop it in there. See where we're at. Hopefully, I'll be able to read this thing. It's been a while since I used it. Approximate potential, alcohol, 30, 35. Gas wine, table wine. Start. Has a start on the orange part on the hydrometer that looks like it's between 30 and 60. So let's see where my start point is. And it looks like, wow, it's like right below the 30 mark. Get those damn bubbles all the way. Right below the 30. I want to say about 30. I want to say it's about 30. Thirty, 40. Let's call it 35. 35, which looks like right now, I don't know if you can just go by the percentage of alcohol. You go to the side, looks like it's around 5%. I don't know if that tells you how much alcohol potential alcohol, 5%, which is pretty low for where I wanted to be, but maybe it was the malt extract, or I didn't put enough in, or whatever, but I'm going to go with what I got. So the other thing I want to show you, my cleanup kit there. What I did is I attached a hose, plastic hose, onto two. I bought two, those bubble things for the gas and for my fermenter, and I have one attached to it with my water. The other one I'm going to attach to my bucket. That was the reason being is that this way with this guy, if there's anything that is coming out of the bucket, it'll go into another bucket where I don't make a big mess. Here's my IPA. I transferred over to my mom and dad's, and you can see that the airlock on top is the bubble is going about once every 3 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1001, 1002, 1003. So it's about every 3 seconds. But I'll take a reading on gravity, and about when it comes up to, maybe like a bubble every minute.
Mm-hmm. So it'll slow down as it
Yeah,
It's more
when the yeast are they're chewing through all the proteins and stuff that's in the wort, and what they do is they chew through all the proteins, and then when they're all done, they just yeast themselves, they just kind of drift off and fall to the bottom of the bucket because they're all done doing their job. That's when your beer is done. Is when.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So. It's so what is it? Friday the 15th, and we'll check in about another week. Just say that'll be the 22nd. So
Is that how you determine if it's done by the bubbles?
I kind of look at the bubbles because it tells me that things are slowing down. But then what you do is you use a hydrometer, which I have in my kit outside in the garage, and I'll put the hydrometer on there and check the gravity.
Wow. Thanks for letting me know when that's done.
I know. So hopefully it'll be a tasty home brew.